Sulphur is my favorite element from the periodic table because of several reasons. Today I'm going to melt this sulphur here and I'm going to cast it into the form of stars for winter decoration. Why, you would ask? Well, I think it's cool and it also is quite easy to do. I will use this test tube to melt the sulphur and then I can pour it into this silicone mold. I made this mold by forming my star form out of molding clay. Then I put it down on the sticky side of some duct tape and I put this beaker on top. Then I poured some silicone on top of my form and let it harden inside the speaker. And now I have this hardened silicone which I cut open along this line, and I can use this beaker to hold my form together, and I will show you the inside of the form after the first pour. So I'm now going to heat the sulphur carefully with the gas torch, and it only needs about 120 degrees Celsius to melt. I already got it too hot, so it already changed color from this light yellow to this rather nice red color, but it's still not catastrophic because it will change back to the yellow color. So I will just be a little bit more careful when melting this, and I have to move the whole test tube so that no spot gets too hot. It's now this very beautiful, nice red transparent color, and it's quite easily flowing, not too viscous, and it's ready for pouring now. So I will just fill in a little bit. Oh no, it just got very viscous. So it's now too hot for pouring, see this? But as it cools down, it will lose its viscosity and it will still go back to the yellow form of sulphur when it's solid. So I just have to wait a bit for it to get back to a lighter color of red and to become easily flowing and not as viscous. See this? It already is getting quite liquid again. So this happens when it gets too hot, and I might do a second video about the forms of liquid sulphur and viscosity, and also show elastic sulphur. Okay, so the outside part is quite liquid now. Inside there's still a part which is very viscous, but I will start pouring now and it will get back to liquid soon. So I will fill in just a little bit into my mold. and I got the viscous part. So maybe this pour is not successful. I have to try to get the liquid inside all the corners of the star inside the mold. That's why I'm hitting it on the surface and turning it while I'm doing this. And this pour might be a failure, but I will have to wait to see. So I'm now filling up the sprue to the top. So I use this cup to hold together both sides of the mold. So now you can see how I cut it open. I use this wave cut to make some kind of keying, so it will always align the perfect way. You can see where I filled in the sulfur, and now we will see how the star turned out. And this was expected. So the first casting was a failure because I made the sulfur too hot and it was too viscous to flow into the mold easily. So the sprue hardened before the mold was completely filled. And I had this air trapped inside. Here you can see the two sides of the mold. And I will now try to make a better casting. Okay, all of the sulfur in the bottom of the test tube has reached this highly liquid state and it's ready for casting now. So I will take my mold and adjust the camera angle. I will take my silicone mold and the fluid sulfur. I will fill in just a little bit, turn it around and tap it to fill all the corners. Repeat and gradually fill up the mold. Hopefully without trapping any air. So the star is filled. Now I will fill the sprue to give some volume when the liquid sulfur shrinks because it solidifies in the bottom. You can see here, you can see the crystals forming from the outside to the inside, and you can see the cavity forming from the shrinking material. Here it is, and now I can open the two parts. And here it is. the cast star for winter decoration made from sulphur. And the design of the sprue is that it breaks off very easily from the star without any tools and without any further steps to finish this part. So I have just a little dimple here where the sprue broke off, which is not a problem. I just turn it around and lay it like this. So this freshly cast piece of sulphur is now this rather nice semi-transparent yellow color, but it is already starting on the edges to get this pale yellow color, which it will completely turn to after about 10 hours or so. So I will now leave it, and then I can show you how it turns to the pale yellow color. And I also like this color, and it also changes hardness. So if we compare the sound from them hitting the glass, this is quite brittle and hard, and this is still a little bit soft and malleable. Because of its low melting point and its low viscosity, casting in sulphur is quite easy. And I also tried casting with Dolphin, also into a silicone mold.